What's going on, YouTube? I'm K-Knight23, the video game professor, and if you're a total noob like me to the Total War universe, there is a lot to learn. The next few videos are going to be helpful for the both of us. It's going to force me to sharpen my understanding of the game, but also provide some info for you too. Soon we'll both be lording over the battlefield like 5-star generals. Let's get started by looking at some of the basic unit stats and what they actually mean in Total War Warhammer. Before we go further, when I'm talking about the following stats and how they might compare to other units, I'm discussing them within the context of a head-on engagement with no influence such as charging, flanking, magic, veteran levels, etc. That's for another video. Let's break down a basic unit. Here is the Empire Swordsman. So we have armor at the top, which will block a random value from 0 to the level of the armor that the unit has. For our swordsman, it's going to block up to 30 damage. Getting hit by an attack with the keyword piercing will half that value. Next is leadership. This measures the resolve of a unit. If it drops to 0, the unit will stop responding to orders and rout, fleeing the battlefield. When they're a safe distance away, they may regroup. However, if the army general is dead, don't expect this to happen. Being charged, being attacked by more than one unit, being attacked from multiple sides, losing combat, and other units falling in battle, including lords, cause resolve to fall faster than normal. Additionally, units that cause fear and terror also cause leadership to drop. Our swordsman's leadership of 60 means that they will take longer to break than Chaos Marauders, who have a leadership of 56. Other things to remember regarding leadership is that some units are immune to psychology, like Black Orcs, meaning that they won't be affected by terror or fear. Others might be unbreakable, such as any undead unit, meaning they will never rout. However, units with low leadership, though they may not rout, may take more damage, deal less damage, and in the case of the undead, start crumbling to dust. Speed is a measurement of how fast a unit is. The speed of our swordsman is 31, which is faster than a dwarf warrior's 28 speed, but nowhere near the speed of the Blood Knight's 75. Melee attack affects accuracy. The higher this stat, the more likely you are to actually hit what you're swinging against. Attacking a unit from the side or rear will increase your accuracy, so units with the lower melee attack should try to position themselves primarily for those opportunities. Melee defense also affects accuracy. This stat is compared to the enemy's attack to determine the likelihood of missing an attack. I'll have another video that goes over the more complicated formula that determines whether you hit or miss and what average damage is done soon. Having a shield will increase your defense, while being attacked from the sides or rear will lower it. Weapon strength is one part of the damage formula affecting how much damage is going to be delivered. This is the amount that is delivered with every successful hit before impact, charge, size, and other bonuses are applied, and before the amount soaked by armor is determined. Charge bonus is added to weapon strength on units that successfully complete a charge. This is a buff that degrades over time. It's always a good idea to charge the enemy to receive that bonus. Our swordsmen have a bonus of 16, which would make the initial hits done after a successful charge calculated at 48 damage. Here's where you can see a difference between normal cavalry and shock cavalry. Let's look at the vampire counts. Black Knights have a weapon strength of 38 and a charge bonus of 26, whereas the Blood Knights have a weapon strength of 36 and a charge bonus of 72. In order to use shock cavalry successfully, you'll want to make sure that they are not stuck in combat for long at all and are constantly cycling their charges, whereas in a pitched fight, the Black Knights will be able to throw out more damage. While it's true that you should always be attempting to charge, it's even more true of shock cavalry. Remember, this bonus to damage is only good for a few seconds after the charge, so if you're not cycling the charge, you're not going to see the bonus. It requires a little micromanagement to make the most of, but in a game without a lot of micromanagement, this should be doable. The last three stats we want to look at are unique to missile units. Ammunition tells you how many shots a model can fire off. When they're out of shots, they become melee fighters. Range determines how close the unit must be before they can start taking pot shots at the enemy. Missile damage is calculated as damage in the same way as weapon strength, showing the base amount of damage before modifiers such as armor is applied. What I love about Total War and Warhammer is that you can't look at this as a game just about numbers. At the end of the day, victory goes to the general that is able to best utilize the units they have in their arsenal. Knowing how the stats work should help you gain a better understanding of what your units are capable of. But to convert matches into wins, you're going to need to know how to best apply these units. But that's another video. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll be going over some basic strategies next. If there's anything you'd like to see specifically, please let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. This is K-Knight23, the video game professor, signing out.